you shouldn't let your partner go to sleep alone.
Is there any lesson you learned about protecting your well-being that you wish you had learned it sooner?
Yeah, there are actually. I wish someone would have told me sooner. Honestly, you kind of have a little bit of control over the mood you're in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It may not be your fault that you're in that bad day. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to keep yourself happy.
Very much. I mean, if you're in a surgical residency, you're gonna be busy, and you can't do less work. Like thinking you can have less work and that's gonna make things less stressful. While it might be true, it's not a reality.
Yeah.
So you have to figure out how can you have the amount of work that's going to happen and it remain less stressful. And again, I think that has to do again with starting off with the right mind frame, which is energized. And like if you show up to work already tired and you want to go to sleep, like of course you're going to be miserable throughout the day. If you get a good night of sleep, then you're already going to start start off ahead, right? So I think there's a lot of things that we can't control, but there's a lot of things we can, and you gotta control the things you can. And then the other thing I'd say is, I heard a saying, and it's time isn't something we have, it's something we make. And it's really true. We all have the same number of hours in the day, and there are things that are going to take up that time. So what you need to do is you have to do two things. One is you have to prioritize the time that is not those hours to do things that are going to be good. And like I said, working out is going to mean you're going to fall asleep quicker. So, there's nothing worse than lying in bed for 2 hours, because not only did you not sleep, you didn't do anything productive. It's a lose-lose. And then the other thing I'm going to say is you have to be as efficient as possible with the things you have to do. You have to be really efficient, but at the same time, it's like saying, like, if you study 40 hours straight, you're not going to learn anything, right?
Absolutely.
You need to realize where there's a law of diminishing returns, and that's when you stop. That's where you do something else. I've heard lots of different things, and these are specifics, but just to give an example, like someone said to me, you shouldn't let your partner go to sleep alone. So don't stay up all night studying. You go to bed at the same time, but then you wake up early. And so it's like, it's a way. And to be honest, if you're up 2 hours before someone else, that's like, you're fresh. That's the best time to read, and you absorb it. So, you do 2 hours of reading, but you get what you would have got in 3.5 hours had you done it after you were exhausted at the end of a busy clinic.